Assalamu alaikum students, this is Muhammad Ismail, your economics teacher. Here we are with the new lecture in economics titled The Factors of Production. It is basically a continuation from the last lecture. Under this, today we will discuss rewards of the factors of production. When we say rewards, we mean what is which will be paid for the use of these factors of production. Now, let's recall what are the factors of production. The factors of production include land, labor, capital, and enterprising or entrepreneurship. Now, if we need to use land, so then we are supposed to pay the landowner the rent for that land. So that is why rent will be called the reward of land or for the use of natural resources. Then comes the labor. If we need to use labor, we need to hire some workers, so we need to pay them wages. It means wages are the reward for the use of the factor input or the factor of production, labor. Then comes capital. So as we know that without capital too, it is not possible to produce quality goods or even the basic goods. So that is why when we use capital, so we need to pay a certain reward to the capital owner. So what is which we will pay? Any guess? Yes, it is the interest which we will pay to the capital owners. Now, for example, if you need to borrow money from a financial institution or from an individual, you will have to pay a certain amount of interest to use that money. Then comes the enterprising. Now, what is an entrepreneur? If we go by the definition, an entrepreneur is responsible to recognize opportunities to earn profit. So it means an entrepreneur will be paid or will be rewarded with a reward of profit. So it means if an entrepreneur is successful in forecasting or in knowing advance that what is which should be produced, so then the entrepreneur can earn profit. So let's give you can say, type of a review to this one again. So the factors of production we cannot hire without or we cannot use without a certain cost. So it means these rewards are also called the cost for the use of these factor inputs or factors of production. So if we are supposed to use land, so then definitely we need to pay the rent. And if we are going to hire labor, or when we are going to hire labor, so we are supposed to pay wages to the people or to the workers who are going to render or who are going to give us labor. And those who are going to provide us with money, we need to pay them interest. And finally, the entrepreneur will be rewarded with profit. Why? Because the successful entrepreneurship is only possible if there is an opportunity of earning profit. Now, as a learner, you are supposed to give some examples of land, labor, capital, and enterprise or entrepreneur. So let's find or let's discuss few examples of land. Now, we said land is based on natural resources. So what are different types of natural resources? Land itself, the minerals which we get from land, oil rigs through which we are able to extract hydrocarbons from land, coal, forests. So these are different examples of land. But at the same time, for a certain business, for example, if we are an agriculture business, we are running an agriculture business, so then the land will be for the sake of land where there we are going to crop different crops. So it means that time the land is the land itself. We are going to use the surface of land. But at the same time, we need to irrigate. So from where we are going to get water? We are going to get water or we are going to draw water from land again. So it means the water is again another example of land. So this is how the land will be used for the agricultural produce or agricultural yield. Then comes labor. Now, for the sake of simplicity, let's say stay in the same business, which is agriculture. So, in case of agriculture, what type of different labor we need? At the time of getting the land ready, we need to know the tractor drivers who are going to plow the land. So, it means the driver is a labor. Then after getting the land ready, so then we need workers to seed the land. So it means those who are going to sow for us. So those sowers are those people who are going to put seed in the burrows. Those are also labor. Then is capital. So capital, as we said, the tractor or the harvester. So these are different forms of capital which are used by the farmers to harvest their crop or to, for example, to spray the insecticides and the pesticides. Again, they need equipment such as spray machines. So that is called capital. Then comes the enterprise. Now, the farmer who is making or who is using this piece of land and asking the labor to work and then hiring or borrowing the capital is basically an entrepreneur. So as an enterprising farmer, so you are basically taking the risk of employing these three factor inputs to produce. For example, if the farmer is in from this area, I mean within the almost 50 to 100 kilometers of Lahore. So it means that is rice producer or rice planter. So it means that the entrepreneur or the farmer as an entrepreneur is a rice producer. So this is how we are able to know or we will be able to know when you will get into details or you will study from the text that what is basically the examples or the different examples of factor inputs. Now, examples of the nature of each factor of production. For example, how each factor contributes in economic activities of production, consumption, and distribution. So it means in economics, basically, we had three main activities. What are those three main activities? Number one is production, mean we will use these factor inputs to produce. And then is consumption, mean this produce will be distributed through distribution will be given to all those who are willing to consume. So then it will be consumed. So it means an economic activity is completed when it you can say the produce is distributed to consumers. Okay. Then is that are factors of production mobile? I mean, can these change or can these be taken from one place to another place? What comes to our mind? We need to think about it. Is it possible that we can take a certain piece of land from one place to another place? The answer will be no. So it means land is immobile. But can capital be moved? The answer is yes, capital can be moved from one place to another place. And then comes the labor. Labor can move, but at the same time, in case of direct labor, they have generally the social ties or due to the social ties, they are mostly geographically immobile. When I say, or when we say geographically immobile, it means that due to their family values or due to their family, you can say, relations, they are unable to move frequently from one place to another place. So that is why they prefer to find a job in the very vicinity or in the nearby areas. But if we talk about indirect labor, so yes, they can move as we know that most of the people, most of the educated people or white collar, the people who are doing white collar jobs, so they move around, they go abroad even, they keep moving within the country as well in search of better jobs. So yes, certain factors are mobile, certain factors are not mobile, particularly land is immobile. Then, do we know the quantity and the quality of factors of production? So this is basically a question for you. This is an assignment for you. So how much of a certain factor is available? For example, land. How much is the total land available? And then how much land is available for a specific use? Then the quality, what is the quality of land? Which land is good for a certain purpose and which is not good for a certain purpose. Similarly, labor. So certain labor is good. For example, a farmer is good for farming, but a farmer is not good for cooking. So for cooking, you need a chef or you need a cook, not a farmer. To drive a car for the driving purpose, you need a driver rather than a cook or a farmer. So this is how the use of these factors of production goes by the need of the or by the purpose for which we hire a factor input. So with this, the factors of production come to an end, and now you are requested to go through again, and then along with the previous assignments, first of all, you go through this, and if you find any difficulty, so you can email me, and my email is mismail345@hotmail.com. So you can send me the emails or you can ask me the questions in the WhatsApp group. So till the next lecture, goodbye.